Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm a junior at Sterling University, and architecture is my whole life. Like, literally, my room is full of building models and sketches. I was working late in the design lab, putting final touches on my sustainable housing project, when my phone buzzed with a text from my best friend, Mia. Girl, you won't believe what I just overheard in the library. We need to talk. Can it wait? I'm finalizing my project for Professor Chen's class. Trust me, you want to hear this now. 20 minutes later, I was sitting across from Mia at our favorite coffee spot just off campus. She kept fidgeting with her coffee cup, which was never a good sign. So I was behind the bookshelves, and I heard your sister Emma talking to her friend about some architecture project. She sounded weird. I rolled my eyes. Emma's always weird about her projects. Miss Perfect Senior can't handle getting anything less than an A+. No, Lucy, you don't understand. She was talking about your project ideas, the sustainable housing concept, the rooftop garden integration, everything. My stomach dropped. That's impossible. My files are all password protected. Have you logged into any shared computers at home recently? The realization hit me like a truck. Last weekend, when my laptop crashed, I had used the family computer to back up some files. Hey, Lucy, fancy seeing you here? Speaking of the devil, Emma walked in, perfect blonde hair bouncing as always. My sister, the golden child, who could never do anything wrong in our parents' eyes. Oh, hi, Mia. Working on projects? I just submitted mine early to Professor Chen. He seemed really impressed with my innovative approach to sustainable housing. My blood ran cold. I grabbed my phone, pulled up my cloud storage. That's interesting, Emma. When did you start working on sustainable housing? Last time we talked, you were doing a commercial space project. She waved her hand dismissively. Oh, I switched tracks weeks ago. Sometimes inspiration just strikes, you know? James and I have been developing this concept since last semester, I said, watching her reaction carefully. James, my project partner, had helped me refine every detail of our design. Great minds think alike, I guess. She laughed, but it didn't reach her eyes. Anyway, gotta run. Big presentation tomorrow? After she left, I turned to Mia. Check this out. I showed her my cloud storage access log. Multiple logins from our home computer, all while I was at the design lab. What are you going to do? Before I could answer, my phone lit up with an email from the academic board. My hands shook as I read it. They want me to attend a hearing about academic misconduct. Mia grabbed my phone, reading quickly. Wait, they think you copied her? That's insane! I stared at my coffee, watching the steam rise. She didn't just take my project. She submitted it first and reported me for plagiarism. We need to call James. Right now. I sat in the cold conference room, my hands clutching a folder of my original sketches. Professor Chen and Dean Roberts sat across from me, their faces unreadable. Emma was there too, looking concerned. The perfect act. The similarities between these projects are unprecedented. Dean Roberts adjusted his glasses. Miss Stevens, how do you explain this? I can prove this is my original work. I have all my development sketches dated and signed. Emma has provided her progressive work as well. Professor Chen spread out a series of drawings. Her submission timestamp is 3 days before yours. That's because she stole my files. Check the cloud storage logs, the file properties. Watch your accusations, Lucy, Dean Roberts warned. These are serious claims. Of course they are. My entire future is at stake here. Emma's voice trembled perfectly. I don't understand why you're doing this, Lucy. Is it because Mom and Dad always compare our grades? The door opened and my parents walked in. Mom rushed to hug Emma. We came as soon as we heard. Lucy, how could you do this to your sister? Me? Are you kidding? She's the one who... Dad cut me off. We raised you better than this. Emma has always been passionate about sustainable architecture. Since when? She's never cared about sustainability. She was doing a shopping mall design until last week. That's not true, Emma whispered, tears forming. I've been working on this concept for months. Ask anyone in my study group. My phone buzzed. A text from Mia. Don't say anything else. James found something on the home computer. Get out of there now. I request a postponement. I stood up. I have evidence to gather. You have until Friday, Dean Roberts said. But be aware, if these accusations against your sister prove false, you're facing immediate expulsion. I stormed out, nearly running into James in the hallway. Your sister messed up, he grinned, showing me his laptop. She forgot about Windows automatic backup. Look at these file creation dates. I scrolled through the data. These prove she accessed my cloud drive, but we need more. There's something else. Mia appeared behind us. Remember that 3D rendering glitch we fixed last month? The one that made that weird shadow on the north face? Yeah, James wrote a custom code patch for it. Well, guess what's in your sister's original design? For the first time that day, I smiled. The exact same glitch. Down to the pixel. No way she could have accidentally replicated that. My parents walked past, Emma between them. Mom wouldn't even look at me. Let them believe what they want for now. Mia squeezed my arm. We've got work to do. First stop, campus IT department. James closed his laptop. Time to pull every login record from the shared drive. And I know someone in the architecture lab who owes me a favor, Mia added. He monitors all the printing stations. If Emma printed anything there... She did. Last Tuesday, 3 a.m. I remember because the printer notification woke me up. Perfect, James grinned. The system logs everything. Let's go build our case. The campus IT lab was quiet, except for Marcus's rapid typing. He'd been working on recovering the deleted files for almost an hour. Got something interesting here. Your sister's not as tech-savvy as she thinks. What did you find? I leaned over his shoulder, James and Mia crowding in behind me. She used a file shredder to delete the evidence, but forgot about system restore points. Look at these timestamps. Marcus pulled up a screen full of data. See these login patterns? Every time you were in studio class, someone accessed your cloud drive from the library computers. Want to guess who was logged into those stations? Let me guess. Emma? Bingo. And there's more. The original files for her innovative design were created just last week. All of them. James pointed at something on the screen. Wait, scroll back up. That folder name? Yeah, I noticed that too. Marcus grinned. She literally named it Final Version of Lucy's Project. Not exactly criminal mastermind material. My phone buzzed. A text from Emma's boyfriend, Tom. Can we meet? Alone? It's important. 30 minutes later, I found Tom waiting at the campus coffee shop, looking nervous. Emma doesn't know I'm here. Look, she told me something last night. She was drunk and upset. Spill it, Tom. She said she couldn't handle the pressure. Your parents, they kept talking about how you were finally outshining her in something. She couldn't deal with it. So she stole my work? She said she just borrowed some ideas at first, but then it snowballed. She panicked and decided to submit early, thinking you wouldn't have proof of ownership. I pulled out my phone, hitting record. Tell me everything. Start from the beginning. By the time Tom finished talking, Mia had texted 3 times about another discovery. I found her and James in the architecture lab with Professor Wilson, my sophomore year mentor. Show her, Mia nudged the professor. These are the original concept sketches you submitted for my class last year. Professor Wilson spread out several drawings. The Sustainable Housing Project roots go back to your sophomore portfolio. We need to show my parents. They're still convinced Emma's telling the truth. Already tried, Mia sighed. Your mom blocked my number after I sent her the timestamp evidence. They're hosting a dinner party tonight, James said. All the architecture faculty will be there, including Dean Roberts. Perfect timing, Marcus walked in, waving a USB drive. I just finished compiling everything. Access logs, deleted files, system backups, even the scratch files she didn't know were saved. Plus, check this out. She used your student ID to print the drawings after hours. And I've got Tom's recorded confession, I added. Time to crash a dinner party? Mia raised an eyebrow. Not yet. First, we need to talk to Emma's study group. Tom mentioned she asked them to back up her story. Already handled. James pulled out his phone. Turns out they had no idea what she was planning. They're willing to tell the truth. All 5 of them. Okay then. I took a deep breath. Let's go end this. The dining room fell silent as I walked in with my evidence folder. Mom nearly dropped her wine glass while Dad stood up abruptly. Professor Chen and Dean Roberts exchanged glances. Emma turned pale. This is a private dinner, Lucy. Perfect. Then everyone important is here to see this. I connected Marcus's USB drive to the dining room's presentation screen. Young lady, this is completely inappropriate, Dad started. No, what's inappropriate is how Emma used my student ID to print my stolen work at 3 a.m. The printer logs filled the screen. Or how about these deleted files from her computer? Emma jumped up. You hacked my computer? That's illegal. Actually, James stepped in from the hallway. The IT department authorized the system recovery after finding suspicious login patterns. Mia entered next, followed by Professor Wilson and Emma's entire study group. Tell them what you told me. I looked at Sarah, Emma's closest study partner. Emma never mentioned sustainable housing until last week. She asked us to say we'd seen her working on it for months. Tom stepped forward. I have something to say too, Em. I recorded our conversation from last night. Emma's face crumpled as her own voice filled the room, confessing everything. I just... Emma collapsed into her chair. You don't understand. Lucy was finally beating me at something. Mom and Dad couldn't stop talking about her talent, her innovation. I've always been the star, the perfect one. I couldn't handle it. Mom's hands trembled. But you said, all those times you showed us your progress. Were lies. Dean Roberts stood up. Miss Emma Stevens, you're facing serious academic consequences. Theft of intellectual property, false accusations, unauthorized computer access. Wait, I interrupted. Before you make any decisions, I want to say something to my sister. The room went quiet as I faced Emma. You didn't just steal my project. You tried to destroy my future. You betrayed me, turned our parents against me, and nearly got me expelled. All because you couldn't stand not being the best. Lucy, please. Mom reached for my hand. I'm not finished. Emma, I want you to know something. That project you stole? It just won the Regional Sustainability Award. They want to implement it in the new downtown development. But the recognition belongs to me and James. You'll have to find your own path now. Professor Chen cleared his throat. Given the evidence, Emma will be suspended for 2 semesters, with a permanent mark on her academic record. And the family computer? Dad looked at me. All those times you said you needed it for research were actual research, Dad. Check the timestamps. Every login, every file, every sketch-documented proof of 18 months of work. While Emma was busy stealing my designs, I was creating something real. Emma finally looked up, tears streaming. I'm sorry, Lucy, I really am. Save it. Your apology doesn't change what happened. You're my sister, but I'll never trust you again. 3 weeks later, I stood at the downtown development site, my sustainable housing designs displayed on huge presentation boards. Mia and James beside me, champagne in hand. To karma, Mia raised her glass, and to never letting anyone steal your light. I watched my parents arrive, without Emma. They'd finally seen her true colors. But some bridges can't be rebuilt. Sometimes winning means walking away. What would you have done if you discovered that your own sibling, someone you grew up with and trusted, deliberately tried to destroy your future out of jealousy? Would you have handled it differently than Lucy did? Some say family deserves unlimited chances for forgiveness, while others believe that toxic family members should be cut off just like any other toxic person. Lucy chose to walk away even after Emma's tearful apology. Was that too harsh, or was it the only way to protect herself? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever experienced betrayal from someone you trusted completely? How did you handle it? If you enjoyed this story of justice and standing up for yourself, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more compelling stories that make you think. Every week, we explore complex human situations that could happen to any of us. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.